How's it going, guys? Just want to share with you guys my Rhamp build. This dinosaur just came out a few days ago, and I just kind of want to share with you guys how I built it. And this isn't a dinosaur that really fights in PvP. It more or less helps debuff for your team in PvP fights. So I will go through this relatively quickly and kind of show you a few examples of those buffs and debuffs in action. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it and try to make this a little bit quicker of a video. So as you can see here, with the subspecies, we're going with the plus 20% faster cooldowns. You really could pick any subspecies with this dinosaur. It really doesn't matter that much, but I do really think that the 20% faster cooldowns is probably the better of the three. Mainly because your ability for movement, which is we use dart a lot, comes up a lot quicker because of that cooldown reduction. And also some of the calls that you use to buff your group will also, be up a little bit faster. So I do think this is the best subspecies, so that's what we're going with, is the plus 20% faster cooldowns. Moving on to the abilities, we'll start with the head slot. We have Bloodsucker. This is a bite that returns 5% health to your Rhamp on each hit, and also applies 1 stack of blood loss on each hit. And reaching 5 stacks of blood loss will apply the woozy effect to the target. And this is reducing their turn speed by 50%, or 50%, sorry, for 10 seconds. Now, that 50% is huge because it really affects a target that tries to use precise movement, for example, like a Rex or something like that, where they hold the precise movement and try to turn in one spot. An Anki, same thing. Something that tries to like hunker and turn. I wouldn't advise trying to tail ride an Anki, obviously, because it can slam you when it's fortified. But you get what I'm saying. Anything that's basically pivoting, you can put this this debuff on them. I would avoid an Anki. The Anki's not a good choice to really fight. But the Rexes, Spinos, things like that. And I'll show right quick here just what that looks like on the screen. And as you can see, so yeah, it's pretty huge, right? It puts a really big slow on the target. So moving on to the next ability here, we have Plague Carrier for our Scent slot, and this just says while latched onto another creature that is not in your group, you apply a debuff to it, causing 15% reduced stamina, and reduced health recovery, and increases its food and water drain by 15%, and it can spread to nearby creatures that are not in your group. So basically just spreads the plague. I think this is kind of good just to have the extra little added debuff while you're trying to apply your first debuff, which is the woozy effect. So it's just a good thing to have. I think it's just better of the two. I mean, if you're trying to make a difference in a fight. For the front limb, we are trying to maximize our movement in the game. So again, with the cooldowns, it really helps with this one here, Dart, which is a rapid dash forward, and you can do that in the air and in the water. It also helps you catch fish and critters. I also haven't been able to really catch any fish or critters with this, so I don't know why that's in the description, because I haven't been able to catch anything with it. But it does help you maneuver through the air and through the water. Definitely your best movement ability, in my opinion, so far. And we also been running Scatter, which is just allows you to leap higher into the air when detaching from enemies, which is super useful when you're trying to apply this debuff here, the woozy effect, and also the plague. So I will show you on screen real quick a clip of using that reduced cooldown from the subspecies and using Dart just to be able to maneuver around the map. So let's check that out. And so that's kind of what it looks like right there. It gets you around the map pretty quickly. Moving on to our hide, we use hollow bones just to reduce the jump stamina cost by 20%. You know, you don't want to be like caught out without stamina, so if you happen to land on the ground after detaching from a pounce on somebody and things like that, you want to be able to get back in the air. So 20% reduced stamina cost, can't go wrong with that. Obviously, for my build here, we're going with, you know, the ability to pounce, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to use these two here, the hit slot and the sense, properly. So we're running the pounce in order to latch onto another creature to get those debuffs in working order there. For the tail, we use rudder. This is the only option. Obviously, you're going to put that on. Improves your jump control, reduces your fall damage, and reduces jump stamina cost by another 20%. So now we're up to 40% reduced jump stamina cost, which is pretty huge. And last but not least, the voice calls that we have here. I think Rat Out is probably one of the best ones, just because it can, you know, you can kind of annoy people with this one. You know, you basically go up to them, and I'll show you on screen what that looks like here in a second. But you can go up to them and basically make them do a loud broadcast call revealing their position. And you also give your teammates a 20% increased trot speed, so basically they kind of jog a little faster while they're out of combat. So it's kind of good to, like, you know, identify maybe a dinosaur that's trying to hide from your group, and you can call them out, make them do the broadcast, and your team can catch up to them a lot quicker. And then the other call that we're going to look at here is the Bloodthirsty as well. So we're also going to look at the Bloodthirsty call here. Increases the bleed damage of all group dinosaurs by 15% for 30 seconds within 50-meter radius. This here is pretty huge if you're going to have any dinosaur, obviously, that's going to cause bleed damage, like an Aloe's claws, you know, perhaps a Kilobator's kick, you know, anything, a Concavenator head does a lot of bleed. This is going to help those dinosaurs in your group hugely. So you're going to want to run that and apply that when you go into a fight. So yeah, that's my build. That's my setup for the Rhamp, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.